Right, we've arrived on farm. What we need to do now is go off and wander around about 3 paddocks, taking pasture samples at around about grazing height, using a pair of scissors or shears like I have here, and fill your bag up to about a bread bag full. Right, now that we've got all our grass, we're off to the lab. Right, now that we're back at the lab, the next step is to get your pasture sample and measure out 60 grams of grass. With that 60 grams of grass, you'll be mixing in 600 mils of water. Just use the kitchen scale. Try to be as accurate as possible when measuring it out. Once you've measured out the 60 grams of pasture sample, put it into a sealed container. Now that it's in the container, we simply pour the water in . And shake for approximately 1 minute. After around about 1 minute of shaking, strain out the grass and water mixture and put it into a separate vessel. Now we use a special slide with engraved markings on there to start counting the amount of spores. Using a pipette, we simply place a few drops onto each part of the slide. Then we place a cover sheet over the top. The slide has grid lines on there, and as you count the number of spores per grid, you tally them up and it gives you an exact reading of the spores per grams of leaves. As you look through the eyepiece of the microscope, you can actually see the gridded lines out there. These are the spaces which we look for the facial eczema spores and count them up. Once you've completed 2 slides, you tally up the bottom and you come to your count. In this case, we've had a 0 count, which is great news for the farmer, but it is very early on in the season. Well, there you have it. I hope you learnt a little bit about facial eczema. The toxins involved, the spores, how to collect pasture samples, and the process involved into using a microscope and counting them. Thanks very much.